Doflamingo didn't just control pirates. He infiltrated the Marines, manipulated emperors, and turned entire nations into toys. His network stretched from Dress Rosa to the highest levels of world power. His meteoric rise mirrors a blazing star, brilliant but doomed to burn out. Today I'm going to show you the exact blueprint he used to become the underworld's puppet master. What drives a 10-year-old to commit patricide and believe it's justified? This question takes us to the core of Doflamingo's entire philosophy. Imagine being born a god among men, then suddenly becoming human to those same people overnight. His father Homing's decision to abandon the celestial dragon status didn't just mean leaving luxury behind. It meant subjecting his family to the exact cruelty they had once inflicted. The very people they had oppressed now saw them as targets for revenge. When a mob strung young Doflamingo up for execution, something terrifying awakened within him. His conqueror's haki burst forth instinctively, knocking out the entire crowd. But this wasn't just power emerging, it was his rage given physical form. The moment those future officers Trebol, Diamante, Pica and Virgo found him, they didn't just offer sympathy, they gave him a pistol. Most kids would see a weapon. Doflamingo saw a chessboard. His decision to shoot his father wasn't some emotional outburst, it was a calculated move. He believed bringing Homing's head back to Marijua would prove his loyalty, that the other celestial dragons would welcome back one of their own who understood their true nature. Their brutal rejection didn't just hurt him, it taught him the final lesson. The world nobles saw him as tainted goods, no better than the commoners they despised. This reveals something crucial about Doflamingo's character. Long before he could physically control people with strings, he already viewed everyone as potential tools. His father became a bargaining chip. His future officers became stepping stones. Even the world government became a system to manipulate. That cold decision at age 10 established the pattern for everything that followed. People exist to be used until they're no longer useful. How does a pirate gain influence over governments and emperors without them even realizing? Most conquerors try to win through strength. Doflamingo understood the real battlefield wasn't physical, it was informational. His operation with Trebol, Virgo, Pica and Diamante gave him a perfect control structure from the beginning. Virgo's deep infiltration into the Marines demonstrates this perfectly. While other pirates were fighting admirals, Doflamingo had an agent rising through the ranks, feeding him classified intelligence and creating opportunities. His ultimate weapon wasn't a devil fruit power or an army, it was information about the celestial dragon's treasure. This knowledge gave him permanent leverage over the world government. They couldn't touch him because he could expose their deepest secrets. The warlord title they gave him became the perfect disguise, legal protection for illegal operations. He operated in plain sight while running the underworld's largest arms and devil fruit trafficking network. By controlling both criminals and law enforcement, he created a system where nobody could challenge him. The Marines couldn't move against him because Virgo would warn him. The underworld couldn't betray him because he controlled their supply chains. Even the world government protected him to keep their secrets safe. This web of control made him effectively untouchable for decades. Doflamingo's real power wasn't the string fruit, it was blackmail, and he wielded it better than anyone in the series. What makes Sugar's power the most terrifying population control system in anime? Doflamingo's takeover of Dress Rosa looked heroic on the surface, a saviour defeating a mad king. But the reality hid something much darker. Sugar's toy transformation ability didn't just imprison people physically, it removed them from existence in everyone's memories. A citizen turned into a toy became a non-person instantly. This created the perfect control system. You can't rebel against a government when you don't remember your missing family members. You can't organise resistance when your most passionate activists simply vanish from collective memory. The people of Dress Rosa lived in happy ignorance, completely unaware of the hundreds of missing citizens working as toys right beside them. Doflamingo demonstrated how easily truth could be manufactured. He forced King Riku to appear mad and destructive, staging an entire national crisis to justify his takeover. The 10 billion berry debt he placed on the kingdom was just pocket change compared to what he really took. The real currency was the nation's identity, its history, its collective memory, its very understanding of itself. For 10 years, Dress Rosa functioned as a paradise built on forgotten suffering. The cheerful streets, the happy citizens, the vibrant culture, all existed because people couldn't remember the truth. This wasn't just physical control through strength. It was psychological control through memory manipulation. Sugar's power created the most obedient society possible because the citizens didn't know they had anything to obey against. This proves Doflamingo understood something fundamental about power. Controlling physical reality is one thing, but controlling what people remember, that's controlling reality itself. His Dress Rosa operation showed that the most effective tyranny isn't the one that oppresses you openly. It's the one that makes you forget you were ever oppressed at all. Why did Kaido, one of the strongest creatures alive, depend on Doflamingo's operation? The answer lies in something far more valuable than brute strength. Doflamingo built the entire Sad and Smile production chain into the backbone of the New World's underworld economy. This wasn't just about selling weapons, it was about controlling the very means of creating power. Caesar Clown's scientific research combined with Doflamingo's distribution network created something unstoppable. They weren't just manufacturing artificial devil fruits, they were producing military advantage on an industrial scale. Each Smile fruit gave Kaido another artificial zone user for his army. This changed the entire balance of power in the New World, allowing Kaido to build forces faster than anyone thought possible. Doflamingo positioned himself as the essential middleman in this deadly equation. He connected the science of Caesar's laboratory with the military might of an emperor. Without his distribution network, Kaido couldn't get the Smile fruits. Without his protection, Caesar couldn't operate his research facility. This three-way alliance showed Doflamingo's genius for making powerful figures dependent on his services. The security around this operation demonstrated his multi-layered approach. Monet provided surveillance over Punk Hazard, while Virgo protected the operation from within the Marines. Doflamingo didn't just control the product, he controlled every variable in the supply chain. From production to distribution to protection, he built a system that couldn't be easily disrupted. The Smile operation proved Doflamingo could weaponize hope itself. Pirates and soldiers dreamed of gaining devil fruit powers, and he turned that desire into literal control mechanisms. Each failed Smile fruit that left someone unable to express sadness, that was just collateral damage in his system. He wasn't selling power, he was selling the illusion of power, and that's far more valuable. People will sacrifice everything for the chance to become stronger, and Doflamingo made that desperation into his business model. Doflamingo's defeat didn't end his influence, it accelerated everything. His downfall exposed the world government's corruption publicly. The warlord system began collapsing because his case proved how easily it could be abused. His Smile factory destruction forced Kaido to accelerate his own plans. The weapons trading vacuum he left created new power struggles across the underworld. Even imprisoned, his knowledge of the Void Century keeps him dangerous. Doflamingo's legacy isn't what he built, it's the chaos his absence created.